Ever wish you could solve a big business problem in just 5 days? Sounds wild, right? But that's exactly what a design sprint does, and it works. In this video, I'll walk you through how teams go from stuck to solutions lightning fast. Let's dive into how rapid innovation really happens. So a design sprint is at its heart a design thinking exercise that takes about 5 days, sometimes less, to solve a problem or a challenge statement. It goes through 5 phases where we empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. It came out of Google Ventures, and it's now being used at startups and enterprises pretty much everywhere. It really excels when we talk about how do we test big ideas or risky ideas before we invest a ton of time or money. And it really helps teams that are going to execute, align, prototype, and validate in that really short cycle. And oftentimes it takes things that large organizations spend 8 to 12 months on and gets them done in less than a week. Day one is all about understanding our customer, building up some empathy, and really making sure we have the definition of the problem statement or the challenge statement locked in. We're going to go through things such as icebreakers. We're going to interview customers and experts both inside and outside the customer. And we're going to spend a lot of time mapping out the journey or this problem space to make sure that we can identify all the areas that are going to be really important for us to focus on day 2, 3, and beyond. We end day one with a really clear sprint goal and a set of sprint questions that are going to hold us accountable and keep us on task through the rest of the week. Day 2 is all about building out ideas. We're going to take a lot of time and we're going to look at how can we faucet out a bunch of ideas. It's called divergent thinking. And then we're going to take some time on day 3 where we're going to funnel those down. Part of day 2 is going to be everyone's favorite activity, sketching, crazy eights, things like that, where there's no judgment, just creative exploration. But by the end of day 2, we should have some really strong ideas that we're willing to explore and build on in day 3. Day 3 is where some tough decisions have to be made. It's the time to decide. Day 2 came up with a whole bunch of really good ideas, but right now we have to decide which ones are our strongest ideas. That's going to mean that we have to make some fast, focused decisions as a team. We're going to have to vote. And in those instances where we have some ties, we have to have a decision maker to break those ties. Once we've got the decision on which idea we're going to move forward with or which ideas we're going to move forward with, it's time to create a storyboard that is going to be the foundation for our prototype in day 4. All right, day 4 is the prototype. It's probably your longest day, but what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building something that your customers can react to. The biggest thing to watch out for here is don't aim for perfection. It's easy to get caught up in trying to build something that is perfect. What we need is speed, and we need something that demonstrates the value that you're trying to create with your solution. So stick to simple tools. Figma, Keynote, InVision, cardboard, paper printouts, you name it. It all works as long as you can get it in front of your customers. This though is going to be a long day, and at the end of it you should have something you're proud of and something you can show off. Day 5 is all about testing your prototype. To give you a little information of how it's set up, you're not going to be in the room. Your customer and one other person is going to be in another room. You'll be observing through video, and you're going to watch your customer go through your prototype. That's right. You're not going to take them through the prototype. They're going to do it with you. And what that means is they're going to make mistakes. They're going to do things you never thought they should have. And then you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do about that afterwards. While you're watching, the team should be taking notes, getting those sticky notes up on the board, and looking for themes that you can take away to make your prototype even better once the customer testing is done. So those insights, those are the things that are going to carry you into execution and help you build an actual MVP that's going to be a success. Time savings of a design sprint can't be overstated. It's not uncommon for companies to take 6 to 12 months to get a customer validated prototype. At HP, we did it in 5 days. We got the right cross-functional team together in the room with some great facilitators, some great customers, and some really insightful experts. We gathered customer insights, we identified key opportunities, we built a prototype, and we tested it with real customers, and we did it all in 5 days. And the results speak for themselves. We had a great product with customer validation, a motivated and bought-in team. We were receiving executive accolades, and we created a healthy dose of organizational momentum. Design sprints are a powerful tool. There's no doubt about that, but it's easy to get some of this wrong. And there are a few things you really need to watch out for. First, it's easy to jump to solutions too early. I'm not even talking about day 1. I'm talking about before you even get into the room. The way you frame your challenge statement can imply a solution, and that will bias your whole process. It's really important to make sure you zoom out and find on the problem that you want to solve, not the solution you want to market. Next thing is it's really tempting at the end to skip the user testing. It can be hard to get users in. You can be really nervous about showing them a prototype, but if you skip it, you lose out on the most valuable insights you're going to get, and it's going to really affect the way you deliver in the end. And then lastly, we mentioned it before, trying to perfect the prototype. Everyone wants to put their best foot forward, but in this instance, it's important to keep it scrappy. That's why we say cardboard and paper is fine. If it feels like a kindergarten project, that's not a bad thing. That actually can work really well, and sometimes that's where you get the best feedback. Design sprints can save you months of back and forth, and you get closer to the right solution fast. A design sprint with Centered isn't just a shortcut, it's a safeguard. Click the link in the description to book your discovery session and see how our approach can fast track your team's success. Let's navigate your future together with no time or effort left on the table.